Hey everybody, this is Troy at the Basement Arcade Bar in downtown Concord, North Carolina. I've not done a video in a very long time, so I thought I would catch you guys up and show you the new layout of games that I did recently. Opened everything back up. I did have to sell Monster Bash. I did lose one game, but start off in the Pac-Man room. I've got two cocktail tables back in here. One of them broke, and I had a stand-up Miss Pac-Man right there, but I got a 60-1 board in that sucker, and it's doing great. The original CRT is in it, but it did get upgraded to a 61, which I don't normally do, but since I've got a small space, it's kind of nice to have that option. I've got the Stern Insider connected leaderboard with 8 games connected, which is super nice and super fun. And we do monthly tournaments, so this is for August. So we'll get people in, get their high scores up, and then reset it every month. So it keeps people interested, and it's fun to, for bragging rights. But the new layout, I had all the pinball machines on this row right here. I do have Sirius and Luna today. They're being very good. But every time I rearrange, that super check's all the way in the back. That always screws me up, just because it's got to be on an end cap. But anyway, Golden Tee is right here. I am still working on the Silver Strike Bowling. I've been really lazy and have not done anything with it. It's in my garage at the moment. But I just moved these Star Wars games over here. They used to be all the way over there. But I wanted them with the original artwork by Johnny Crap, which I said in the last tour did the artwork for Jurassic Park, and we'll go see that in a little bit. But I picked up the Star Wars Episode 1, which is a really neat style pinball machine. It's got a screen that's reversed up there and tinted glass there, so when you play it, all the stuff that you hit right there is like holographic, and it responds to the ball, so that's like really neat. Great sound system on that one too. This was actually the last pinball that Williams produced before they quit making pinball machines and just went to slot machines, which is sad, but luckily Stern kept it going. I've got my Stern. I watched my old video last time, and it was the Comic Book Pro. This is the Comic Book Premium. I said I would never sell the Pro because of the comic book, but you know what? I found the Premium, and I got that. So it's got the hyperspace loop. And this is like the 5th Star Wars game that I've owned. I think 5th or 6th, something like that. I think I've owned like 3 or 4 Pros and 2 Premiums. But seriously, that one's never leaving. That's the one that I wanted. So yeah, got the Mandalorian back. This is the Premium. Honestly, when I first had this is the same one that I had back in the day, like a year or 2 ago. I had a bunch of issues with it, and kind of worked out all that stuff, and now it's playing great. Star Trek Next Generation, The Godfather. I will say, if you don't know how to do the multipliers on this game, you're not getting any big scores. So if you figure that out, it's fantastic. But you know what? I almost sold it, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because there's no place around here that actually has Jersey Jack games to play, for the most part. I don't think anywhere close. I think Super Mario usually does not get Jersey Jacks, although they had a Wonka recently, so I take that back. But I like to get some different stuff than they do, and it's just keeping it fresh. Lord of the Rings, that's, I don't play that game very much, and I think I said it was one of my favorites last video, and it still is. It's a beautiful game, great game. It's a long game, long ball times. Indiana Jones, I've had 3 of those. Not gonna sell that. So this is the new Stern James Bond with an alternate translite, which is way better because people know it's James Bond. The other translite just said Dr. No, which is kind of silly. I know it's like a licensing situation, but yeah. So Toy Story, you know, I almost sold this one too, and I'm really glad that I didn't because it is a ton of fun. It's way too expensive, I think, for what it is, but I think prices are coming down. But I did add a couple mods recently. I had that the bottle toss and the Etch-a-Sketch added. And I also have the kit, the lighting kit from Measle Mods to do the lighting all the way around, because I don't know why Jersey Jack never did that. They did it on The Godfather. You see how it's all lit up around there? So I got the lighting kit. It's gonna light that up. I totally forgot I had that. I should have done that today. But yeah, it's actually a lot of fun to play. Let's see.
Do you really have laser eyes?
Keanu Reeves is in it. And Keanu Reeves is in Dracula as well. They're just like, they just happen to be right next to each other. Just like Sean Connery is in James Bond and Indiana Jones. Luna, quit drinking so loud. You're so loud. Still have the Beatles. Love the Beatles. It's very simple layout, but it's a ton of fun. Brake Shot. Same thing, simple layout, no ramps, but man, it's a ton of fun. That mechanism right there that locks the balls, I know there's like glare on the glass, but that's a ton of fun. I've done the GI lights and LEDs. I left the inserts incandescents just because they flicker and there's not a LED OCD board that they make for this game. So it's still original lighting for the most part, except for the GI. We'll go over here. I do have a Nintendo Switch up there. Turn that on. I don't know. Luna. Hey. So yeah, I'm not getting mugged here. They're kind of crazy. But yeah, I've got a Nintendo Switch here. Slugfest, I recently rebuilt the bats and put a new bat on there. It was getting hung up with the home runs. It was having a hard time going up the ramp and actually getting home runs, but that fixed the problem. Cactus Canyon is phenomenal. New Chicago Gaming pinball machine. Attack from Mars is still going strong. I just rebuilt the flippers on this one today because they felt a little weak. Godzilla. So I had a Godzilla Premium, I think on the last video I did. Got rid of it, everyone was mad, and then traded my friend Ben for the Pro. So I had a Halloween at the time, so I traded that and some cash. And I gotta say, I like the Pro better. You got just better flow. I think it's just better flow. The building doesn't move, I don't care about that. Led Zeppelin, man. It's stripped down for a game for the most part, but man, it's a ton of fun. And plus, when you get the music going, it's just bumping. Game of Thrones limited edition. I got lucky with this one, but beautiful condition. I will say I have to clean this one a lot because those upper flippers, just like on Mandalorian, they're constantly kicking every time you hit the flipper buttons. I wish that they would put, once you hit the ball up there, then they would be active, but all that solenoid dust just like gets right underneath there. I cleaned it up today, but normally I have to take that upper playfield off and it's a pain, but I've done it so many times, it's actually not that bad. Foo Fighters Pro. Man, this game has got serious flow. I actually prefer this one over the Premium. My friend Craig actually had the Premium and already sold it. But man, incredible game, just incredible. And then this is Jurassic Park Premium, which I just cleaned today and it is flying. Like, it's flying so fast I couldn't even see the ball. Let's go to the arcades stuff right now. We've got Donkey Kong over in this corner, track and field. And this is the Miss Pac-Man that I had up in the other video that was up in the cocktail room, in the Pac-Man room. And I've got a 60-in-1 board in this one as well. I just think it's kind of nice to have that option. Oh, and then Stern gave me that banner for the Insider Connected, which is kind of fun. Super Checks. Man, this one of the most popular games I've got. I wish I could get the Super Kicks, which is the soccer version, put next to it, but I just don't have the room. Mortal Kombat 2. Street Fighter 2 and Junior Pac-Man. Those are all great games. And then I think this one's going pretty soon. I'm gonna try to switch this out and get a big Buck Hunter or some other shooters. I can fit 2 shooters here. But the left screen went out, so I switched it to an LCD, which I normally don't like to do. But I was desperate and I did it. So it works great. So yeah, Area 51 and Maximum Force. I got a board that will do both on that. This is the Multi-Williams board that does all these games and Frogger. And then bathroom. Oh, and just so people know, this is why we actually call it the basement. This is some of my friends that I've been collecting for 20 years and know these people, and they actually, a lot of them had games in their basement. So it's kind of owed to them. This place is kind of like, hey, they saved these games and they're still playing. Showtime, NBA on NBC, and NFL Blitz 2000. That's got both games on there. Original Centipede, Joust, Neo Geo with these 4 games. We got Baseball Stars 2. Man, I used to play that on Nintendo all the time. The King of Fighters 98, which is supposed to be like one of the best fighters on here. Metal Slug, incredible game, and Samurai Showdown 2. But man, great games. Sega Super GT sit-down racers. I might be trading these out for some other racers here pretty soon. And then we've got Crazy Taxi. And last but not least, Galaga. It's a classic. Still the original boards. Knock on wood, these suckers have been going this whole time we've been open. And yeah, it's it'll probably break eventually. And then I'll have to fix it. But yeah, this is the new layout. During tournaments, they're kind of messing up my shot here, but during tournaments, it's wide open here. So we've got a ton of space. But go up here and, oh, got Craig from Hurry Up Pinball streaming, looks like Ripley's Believe It or Not. But yeah, it's a ton of fun. You guys come on down and check it out. We don't do quarters, we do admission, so depending on the day, Wednesdays and Thursdays everyone is $5. Friday through Sunday adults are 10, kids are 5. You can leave, you can come back as long as it's during the same day. And yeah, it's cheap, it's fun, and I keep these games clean and working 100%, knock on wood, most of the time. So we'll see you guys soon.